It's useful when you're helping students to set out the information they've learned in an essay, to give them what many people now call a scaffold, which is basically a model or a template of how to set out their essay, for instance, the beginning, the middle and the end. And in Moodle 2.5, you can now do this using the essay question in a quiz. So let's go and take a look at a very simple essay scaffold using the Moodle quiz. So we're in a Moodle course, we have the editing turned on. I'm just going to scroll down, and in one section I'm going to click the link, add an activity or resource, and add an instance of a Moodle quiz. It's actually quite useful because we can also see some of the other new settings that Moodle 2.5 has brought with it as we just set the quiz up. So as you see, once I've given it a name, in the description box I can either just type straight in if it's a simple sentence, or I can click to show the whole text editor with all of the formatting and so on and so forth if I really need it. But if I don't need it, then it saves space by not clicking on it. It's the same with all of the other settings here. They've all been collapsed and I only need to click on them if I actually know that this is something I need to go into and to set. So I'm going to leave them all and click Save and Display, and then go to actually add an essay question to my quiz. So as per usual, you would write in the question that you want them to answer in the question text, and then as we scroll down we'll notice that we have a few new settings. There's actually a response template. The format means that we can decide whether we want them to respond using the basic text editor, the text editor with a file picker so they can add files, whether they can have attachments, or just the plain text editor without any formatting at all. We can decide how many lines we want it to have by default and whether or not we want them to add attachments. So in the response template box, what I then do, and you see that you can increase the size of it just by dragging it down the right hand side. What I then do is I type in or paste in the template or the scaffold that I want them to use, and then when they click on to answer, they will actually have this brought up into their answer box to type into. So let's save the changes and then let's just preview it to see what it looks like for the student who's going to be writing the essay using this template. So we click the magnifying glass to preview it. There's a question at the top and you can see that the answer has its beginnings of its sentences there ready for them to start writing their response. And so let's just click submit and finish and take a look at what it might look like. And there it is, the essay scaffold using Moodle quiz essay question.